Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin. You're listening to the Funnel Down Defense Podcast. And now here's your host, Steve Collins. Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Funnel Down Defense Podcast. So excited you decided to join us today. Before we jump in, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, teachhoops.com, for coaches who want to get better. It is the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It doesn't matter if you're youth coach, high school coach, college coach, if you're looking for a little bit of everything, it is there for you. Go over and check it out. Also, if you want to deep dive into the Funnel Down Defense, you can type in funneldowndefense.com, or you can link in the show notes, and it will be there for you. Have a great day. Hey everybody. Today I thought I'd talk about a couple things as far as the funnel down defense and some questions that people have had. So the funnel down, what it does is it specializes in forcing the ball handlers to the baseline and the sidelines. So going back to what I talked about in terms of alleys and funnels and alleys and pins and strike zones and things like that we talk about in the funnel down, but it forces baseline and sideline. Okay. And if you think about most offenses, they do not like that. You use the out of bounds as another defender. Okay. And the primary objective of the funnel down defense is to keep dribble penetration out of the paint. And maybe next week we'll talk about what happens when they do dribble the paint. Maybe we'll deal with that next week. But it's to keep that dribble penetration and not let them have easy looks at the rim. So that's why it works with any type of athlete. We work a lot on icing those ball screens and keeping them on the sideline and keeping them over there. And I'm going to give you an observation that I've had coming post-COVID with zones and the emphasis kind of on the funnel down. You have to have some fundamental man defensive principles before you can do the funnel down. So I found that out this year because we've been running the funnel down 7-8 years, and we've had to put a break on it because our basic man-to-man was not where it needed to be. And so you go, well, why not just the funnel down? Well, the funnel down is a man-to-man defense, and people need to know, which arm to put up. They need to know where the help line is. They need to know what two passes are away. They need some of those fundamentals that you learn in just playing straight man, whether you're pushing middle or pushing baseline or all those kind of things. The funnel down is kind of that layer on top of it. So again, if you're trying to teach someone that doesn't have the basic fundamentals of how to play man-to-man defense, when you do the tweaks, when you try to pin them on the side and funnel them down to the short corner and trap in that strike zone, that it makes it that much more difficult. So I have found a couple alternatives. First of all, you have to some simple breakdown shell movement things are a great way to initially teach it. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you're not at the level you want to be man to man, maybe your team isn't quite as athletic, maybe your team, then a zone is a great way.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre al app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
To initially teach the funnel down. Maybe you're not doing it in the full court. Maybe you're doing it in the half court. We do it out of a 2-3. We've also done it out of 1-3-1. We've also done it out of a 3-2. I think the 2-3 is kind of an initial great way because you have everyone kind of in their spots. The denial of the reversal is a little bit harder, and there's some tweaks that we do inside of our course at funneldowndefense.com. But so those are some things that that we have noticed, in this first month coming out of COVID. But it still doesn't change what the primary thing is the primary objective of the funnel down defense is to keep the dribble penetration out of the paint area, to keep them in, those gutter air. We want them in the gutter. We want them on the side. We want them outside that volleyball line. It prevents them from going to the rim. And it puts an emphasis on that kind of that icing on the side. So it's great. Go over and check out funneldowndefense.com and have a great week, everybody.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.